cap. Yeah. 1611, I'm strapped. Dream team coming back with a slap. Hey, on the block where it's at. White cracks getting smacked. Who gon' read? I'm about to snap. This straight facts, my boy, no cap. Steps going up.
Okay, hey, what's your name, big bro?
Cruz.
Cruz? I'm Jabez, nice to meet you. So, right now, so he said you didn't know that the Aztecs history was in the Bible. Right? Okay, with all praise, we're going to go ahead and bring it out to you today. Right? Because what you're going to find out here is that the whole time the people called themselves the Aztecs, or were called the Aztecs, they were really the children of Israel according to the Bible.
Right.
Right? So give me that Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. Because what a little bit do you know about Aztec history? Give me something. What happened to them?
I know only the sacrifice and all the stuff.
Okay, the sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you know about the sacrificing, right? So that's what they were doing. So do you know that they were conquered by the Spaniards?
Yeah.
I mean, they were forced to learn Spanish. Okay, so let's go here. So Lamentation chapter 5, verse 2.
Lamentation chapter 5 and verse 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
So it says our inheritance. So it's talking about the people of the land, their inheritance was turned to strangers. The inheritance was the land of California, Nevada, Arizona. All this land belonged to so-called Mexicans or the Aztecs. But now it's been turned to strangers. Hosea chapter 8 verse 13. All this land, because when you look at all of California, it belonged to the Aztecs, right?
Yeah.
So, but now who does it belong to? The strangers, right? Which is so-called white man, right? The conquistadors who came and took the land, right? Right? So you were talking about the sacrifice, right? Read that.
Hosea chapter 8 and verse 13. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of mine offerings.
Right, so there it goes. It said the children of Israel, they were sacrificing flesh for offerings. That's what they were doing to Aztecs, right? You ever seen Apocalypto?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how they were taking them and capturing them and then sacrificing them on top of the temple, right?
Yeah.
That's what our forefathers were doing. This is that history of the Aztecs was prophesied in the Bible because that is our history.
Right.
Because we are the people of the book. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 49, right? Because along with the Aztecs, right, we were talking about how the conquistadors came and conquered this land, right? So let's go and read that. Deuteronomy 28 verse 49.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
So Cruz, so the Bible saying the Lord was going to bring a nation against the children of Israel from far, from the end of the earth. So Spain, is Spain close location to Mexico? Are they close by each other? Like, can I drive to Spain?
Bring it up.
Nah, I can't drive to Spain, right? I'm gonna have to take a plane or I'm gonna have to take a boat. Either way, it's gonna take me a long time to get from Spain to Mexico, right? You agree? All right, so read that again from the top.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
So it's saying that the Lord was gonna bring a nation against the children of Israel from far, from the end of the earth. Spain's all the way on the eastern hemisphere of the world, and Mexico's all the way over here on the western hemisphere. So that's from one end of the earth all the way to the other end of the earth, right? You see that? All right, read on.
As swift as the eagle flieth.
So Cruz, look right here. So God's giving context clues on what that nation would be, right? When you flip over the sign right here, right? On this sign right here, what do you see is the symbol on the Spanish coin?
Bring it out.
What do you see the symbol right there? What is their symbol? Right here.
Wake them up.
Let me see. Right here. What's this symbol here? I got you right here. It's the eagle, right? Okay. So let's read that again.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
Right? It's going to come from one side of the world to the other, just like Spain came from Spain all the way to Mexico. Read.
From the end of the earth.
The end of the earth, right?
As swift as the eagle flieth.
Right, and it says that they're going to use the symbol of the eagle. That's what the Spaniards did when they came over here, right? Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
So Cruz, before the conquistadors came, were the Aztecs speaking Spanish?
Wait,
no, they weren't speaking Spanish, right? Because y'all had y'all native tongue. What was it? Nawa. Y'all had y'all native language that y'all was speaking, right? So it says a nation whose tongue, meaning their language, you would not understand, right? Read.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
So, Cruz, what were they doing when the conquistadors came over here to Mexico? Were they just saying, hey, let's be friends, and they were shaking hands and drinking together? What was happening?
So maybe to the Aztecs to make them speak in the Spanish.
So they were forcing them to speak Spanish.
That's right.
So were they doing that just by talking to them? What were they doing? How were they forcing them to do it?
Oh, they like kill and they put it in jail.
They killed them, they put them in jail, they put them in slavery, right? So read that again. So all those things that you named to me, kill, they forced them, they put them in jail. Do you think those are fierce things to do?
No, not at all.
No, like fierce, not nice, but fierce. Like do you think those are fierce things? So read that again.
A nation of fierce continent.
So God said the nation who was going to come from one side of the world all the way to another side of the world to conquer people and not know the same language as them, they're going to have a fierce countenance, meaning they're going to be very aggressive. And you just named some things of what the Spaniards was when they were doing to the Aztecs.
The whole world rule like that with fear.
Yeah, they just fierce, just men. That's real mad, it's just murderers. That's what they do. But what we're showing you, all these things match Aztec history.
Right.
But we're talking about Israelite history.
Right.
So it's showing you, Cruz, that Aztec history is really telling that you are Israelite from the tribe of Issachar.
Right.
Your nationality is not Mexican.
Right.
Because when you look at the word Mexico, where does that mean? The word Mexico means center of the moon,
Right.
or the rabbit's navel.
Right.
So, Cruz, have you ever been to the center of the moon? Nah, you ain't never been there before. I know you didn't come from a rabbit's belly button either, right? So how could you be Mexican?
Bring it out.
Because you're born there. But the land where you're born doesn't make who you are. Because I'm black. I would be considered a black man, right?
Yeah.
If I was born in China, would I be Chinese?
Of course.
No, I wouldn't be Chinese, man. Those I wouldn't be Chinese. I'd still be a black man in China.
That's right.
So your landmass doesn't determine where you're born. It's your bloodline determines where you're born.
That's right.
According to the Bible, your history lines up with Israelite history, which you are Israelite from the tribe of Issachar.
That's right.
That is your nationality, brother.
Right.
So what we out here to do is teach our people the true nationality and how we can be able to go ahead and change our communities.
Right.
Because right now, would you say that in the Mexican or Hispanic community or black community, do you think there's a bunch of good things going on?
Good morning, family.
Nah, what things do you think? If it's not good things, there must be bad things. What bad things do you see going on in the black and Hispanic community?
Así es. Enséñales.
People, they think we are less than them.
The white people think that we're less than them? Okay, so no equality? Right? What else?
We have to travel from Mexico to here, but this one was our country before.
You're
Bring it
right.
out.
Yep.
I'm living my own country.
Right. So yeah, exactly. So read that again, Lamentations chapter 5, verse 2. What you said is so heavy. You gotta come in here and you have to have a passport to be able to get back and forth in the country that belonged to you. Right? So isn't that crazy? So but we're showing you that is a curse that God put on the children of Israel for breaking his commandments. Right? Read that.
Lamentations chapter 5, verse 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers.
Just like you said, your inheritance, your land of California that belonged to your father has now been turned to strangers.
Right.
Those strangers are people, so-called white men, who took the land from you. Read.
Our houses to aliens.
It said our houses have been turned to aliens.
That's right.
But they call you the alien.
Right.
Yeah, God says that they are the aliens. This land didn't belong to them. This house didn't belong to them. You got to come for the passport to enter in your own country, and they call you the illegal alien.
Wake them up.
It makes no sense. Right? Read.
We are orphans and fatherless.
All right, so Cruz. So again, before you leave anything for him today, what we want you to understand is that you're not Hispanic, you're not Latino, you're not Mexican, you're not Aztec, but you're an Israelite from the tribe of Issachar. That is your true nationality, and you need to combat it and understand that nationality and what God requires of you. Give me this first before you leave. Before you leave, I'll give you this. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. So this is, you got to understand who you are and what God requires of you. Because you being an older man, you have to teach the younger generations on how to live righteously according to God. How do they be able to build up strong families? How to be able to build up strong communities? But you got to know how to do that and what God requires of you to do that. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13.
Bring it out.
Let us hear the conclusion of the
God said this is the conclusion of the whole matter, meaning the whole topic of discussion, the reason why we're talking. Read.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
So the whole conclusion of the duty and the whole duty of a man is to fear God and keep his commandments, Cruz.
What is a nation?
Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.